Microsoft has got loads of different communities where people can join a community to be able to learn more about different technologies or different kind of stuff that they work on. So we've got like the AI community, we've got like the Azure community, we've got the Microsoft 365 community, just different communities like that. So we are here to just talk more about the community and tell you probably maybe the region you are or the location you are to be able to find the communities around you, like local user groups that you can attend to learn about different technologies topics. You can bring in some of your real work scenarios and issues you are facing, and someone in the community might just try and help you out too. So it's more of like networking and community driven event. So this is more for like the Microsoft Foundry community. These are if you want to get into the GitHub or the Discord, but there are loads of communities. Just Google Azure community, and if you have a look at the screen there, we've got you can come. We've got like the global AI community here, which will show you locations in which you are. We've got like the AgentCon, Azure Data if you are into data, Fabric, .NET for the software developers. We've got MVP too. So it just shows different places where you could just join one of the communities and learn more about it. Yeah. That's it.
Simon Sparrow here from Microsoft. I'm at our skilling booth today. We're speaking to our customers a lot about our AI Skills Navigator, which is a public preview solution we have at this moment in time, which helps people design skilling paths from an AI perspective, whether they're business users or technical users. It's an online process. It's very simple. Just go to aiskillsnavigator.microsoft.com and have a play and see what you feel like, and give us the feedback as well. This is also our certifications that are also available at this moment in time, whether you're starting off from a fundamentals perspective, if you're getting more technical from a role-based perspective, but we also have 2 business certifications at the bottom around AI Business Professional or AI Transformation Leader as well. But you'll find it all on learn.microsoft.com. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to the Microsoft Elevate booth, where we support our nonprofits and education customers with a lot of things. One of the things is the skilling program that you can have a look at. If you go to our Microsoft Nonprofits website, you can see that we have all kinds of skilling programs for M365 Copilot training, data and AI fundamentals training, but also more on a broader point of view, like how can you use AI for your nonprofit, which is very interesting. We also have training on sustainability, and there is a page you can also go to from our core department where you can grow your digital skills. And of course, we have an AI skills training in here, we have sustainability, and we have cybersecurity. Thank you very much.
So today's been great. I've been talking to lots of people about the fact that agent mode is coming to Copilot. So we'll now be able to, in the Office apps, select agent mode, ask it questions that actually interact with the documents, Word, Excel and PowerPoint, and it will start making changes for you so that you can get it to update the file itself, run reports, run dashboards, and interact with the file in a way that we couldn't before. So it's going to be a really powerful change. It's rolling out at the moment. Keep an eye out for it in Word, Excel and PowerPoint. Click on the little tools and select agent mode. And then you'll be able to do all those wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite first-party agents within Microsoft 365 Copilot. It's called the Prompt Coach, and it's a great way to learn best practices about how to prompt with Microsoft Copilot. So to begin with, I'm going to decide that I want to learn about medical engineering, medical robotics. And what Prompt Coach is going to do is going to iteratively help me learn and help me write a prompt that will give me the right information from Copilot. So here it's saying that it sounds like you want to learn about medical robotics. I'm your Prompt Coach. Now, what do you want me to do? So for me, I want it to help me create learning content. And as we go through this process, it's going to keep asking me questions, and it's going to help me follow my GCSE framework. So if you didn't know, GCSE is goal, context, sources and expectations. So firstly it's saying, what do you want Copilot to create for you about robotics? So here, I've decided that actually, I really want a comparison of technologies. And this is the first, I guess, ingredient of my prompt. So we'll jump into a comparison of technologies. And now it's going to say, brilliant, I now know your goal, but to do this properly, like what sort of context should I consider? So for me, I'm more interested in surgical robots. That's my favourite. So now we have the goal and the context, we're now looking for sources. So personally, I'm more interested in regulatory status. That's my that's the source that I'm interested in for this particular prompt. So we're nearly there. The last one, expectations. So actually, I really want a bullet point summary. Personally, like to get straight to the point. And now the finish artifact, it's giving me a final prompt that I can use for Copilot. And what I can do, I can put that straight into a new chat. I'm going to go top right. I'm going to want it to think a little bit deeper and submit. Thank you.
Hey, hi, welcome to the Copilot Studio Hub. So within Copilot Studio, you could build agents which can have your extensive tool set to build your agent orchestration as such. So as you could see, the agent actually has an overview page which starts off with agent name, description and instructions, and along with it you have advanced tool set to support your agent building exercise like knowledge, where you could add knowledge sources from different data sources. So if I open this and show you how, you have the ability to add knowledge from public websites, SharePoint, Dataverse and Dynamics 365, and pull information from these data sources. And when it comes to tools, you could add a new tool within your agent which uses connectors within your M365 suite of applications or external applications what you would have. And you could also build your own agent flows and AI prompts to make your interaction with the agent more dynamic. And there is also a very interesting tool within Copilot Studio which helps you to build custom topics. So the topics are enablers to help you build an orchestration within your agent for specific functions. And as you could see, there are some inbuilt topics which are already available and provided by Microsoft. And if you want to build a custom topic, it's also available to do that. And the most interesting feature about agent is you could build an agent-to-agent orchestration, map an agent to multiple child agents so that the agent is able to interact with your external agents as well. So you have the capability to call an Copilot Studio agent and use Fabric data agent and use A2A protocols to connect into agents which are built using the protocol as well. So thank you.
So today we're talking about Agent 365 and what that provides organizations and customers in the Microsoft ecosystem. Agent 365 is built on 5 pillars, from a registry, access control, visualization, interoperability and security. This is the pane of glass to manage and control your agents within the Microsoft ecosystem.
Foundry control plane is a unified environment where you can manage all of your agents on Microsoft Foundry. It provides services such as how you can manage your models, your agent services, Foundry IQ tools, and machine learning, right? You can decide to create policies that would govern how users make use of this agent, and then you can create RBAC roles on what exactly they can do on the agent, right? So you can assign roles like an Azure AI user role, a contributor role, or an ownership role based on what you want those users to do on the agents, right? So generally, or in summary, I would say the Microsoft Foundry control plane is that plane where you are able to manage all of your agents. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the Microsoft Foundry portal, and from here we can see all of the different assets that are in the Foundry system. So if I go to the Discover tab, here we can see what models are currently available. I can look at the most recent models. I can explore all the different providers that provide some of these models, from Azure OpenAI, Anthropic, and Microsoft. And interestingly, I can also look at the model leaderboard. So if I go to the leaderboard, here I get to see the different models and where they fit in terms of your specific criteria, whether it would be around quality, safety, throughput, or estimated costs. And I can even scroll down and see, based on what I want to use as my criteria for selecting a model, which model I should choose. So this is a pretty good way to just get a good entry point into choosing the right language model that meets your specific requirement.
So this booth is about Foundry IQ and the tools. So Foundry IQ is like a layer across the different agents. So currently, a lot of customers were saying that the agent is very siloed, and then they are not really communicating to each other. So with IQ, it's like sort of combining the agents under one umbrella. So when you send a prompt to the IQ itself, you can get answers from different agents, and then it will combine to give you a very good answer.
Welcome to the Microsoft AI Tour. We're here at the Power Platform booth, and we're talking all about low-code applications and agentic AI. Microsoft Power Platform is our suite of tools which allow you to build applications, workflows, AI agents, all within low-code. That means you don't have to know professional coding languages. You can learn how to do this in kind of a drag-and-drop, choose-your-own way. So, for example, if I'm a business user who's identifying problems in the workplace, I normally would have to write up a business case for the proposal that I want to make, and I send that to my boss and on my manager. Then my manager takes that proposal, they add some stuff to it, they send it to IT. IT says there's a huge backlog. 2 years later, you get a solution that wasn't even what you wanted in the first place. Power Platform changes that story. It gives the power of app creation, the power of agent creation, the power of workflow creation back to the business process users. That means you understand the problem, you decide how the application gets built, and you can do it all in low code. No professional coding, just your skills, your understanding, and your methodology of approaching solutions with business acumen. That's what Power Platform is all about.
When it comes to the identification and sourcing and then transacting of those key software solutions, where Marketplace then brings that strength is centralizing all that transaction environment, so it all comes through one single point. It still allows you to have that direct relationship with the end provider.
Hey, we've been talking to customers today about Azure App Platform, where we've been having some really interesting discussions about Azure App Service, Azure Container Apps, Azure Kubernetes Service, and API management. Really great conversations around modernizing applications onto Azure.
Welcome to the Microsoft Fabric stand. So, what is Microsoft Fabric? Microsoft Fabric is the unified data platform for the era of AI. Your data can be at disparate sources, can be anywhere within the organization. You might have different sources of data, you might have different types of data, operational data, data used for transactional purposes, sitting within these systems. If you want a unified view and do advanced analytics with it, you can use Microsoft Fabric. Within Fabric, you can virtualize the data, you can use shortcuts, you can mirror your data, you can use connectors, and on top of that, you get Power BI, which is the widely used tool. It is used by FTSE 500 companies. Everyone has Power BI, everyone has semantic models, and to use AI on top of that, you need to have understanding of the knowledge. So knowledge intelligence is the key thing, and if you have semantic model, you are one step there already. So you can build semantic knowledge and you can use graph on top of that, which we call it as Fabric IQ, to build the semantic intelligence and use that knowledge to feed not only to the AI, but from a business intelligence point of view as well. So you can use your data, unify your data using Fabric first, then you can build the intelligence layer using Fabric IQ that can be consumed by the AI, as well as for your business purposes. You can augment it with operational data, or you can augment it with geospatial data, whichever data you want to do intelligent analytics and AI. Thank you.
Hi there. Yeah, so we're here at the Microsoft security stand. Today we're covering quite a few components within Microsoft's security system. We've got Purview, we've got Defender, we've got Sentinel as part of that. The idea behind coming and speaking to us is so customers can understand a couple of things really. One is what have they got in the stack already. The second is what's available now. So within Defender, we've got protection for users and devices and email, those kind of phishing components. We've also got protection in the cloud with Defender for Cloud. And then within Purview, that's a really important area now, data security. Data security is really important when you're looking at deploying agents, looking at deploying Copilot, for example, making sure that you haven't got data flying around left, right, and center. So yeah, come speak to us.
So Agent HQ lets you use any of the coding agents on the GitHub platform. So you can use Anthropic Claude and OpenAI Codex today. And you would be able to use with a single license any model of your choice. So GitHub is not vendor locking you, but going ahead and giving you the choice to use the agent that you like. Maybe for Python you would like to use an Anthropic model, but for C# you would like to use the OpenAI Codex model. And it's quite simple. So you can go ahead and go to the platform directly. As you see in here, let me just browse to my window. So here on the GitHub platform, we give you the controls here to use any of the part or agent as part of the Agent HQ. And here you see Anthropic Claude and OpenAI is here. You can allow and disallow, the permissions are here. And it's as easy as just going to an issue, creating an issue in here, say simple example, create hello world. You would be able to assign any of the agents that you like. You can assign all three and it will go ahead and create a pull request for you. And you will see these third-party agents as the first citizen in GitHub, and they will get the work done for you.
Hi, this is our Microsoft 365 Copilot adoption site here. Once you log on, we broke out the site into our different products. So we have the Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is the paid license. We have our Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat, which is a free license. Free, you get it if you have an Entra ID. And then we also have information around Microsoft Copilot Studio. So underneath each of ours, we have our resources broken up by role and across our different phases. Leadership, user enablement, technical readiness, and business users who are our champions. So if we go into the user enablement, dive deep into there, you'll see that we actually have an essential guide to Copilot adoption. We have a user enablement guide where a lot of people, including our partners, would leverage to get adoption for it. We have our experience strategy document, as well as some tools on the right side for adopting, and then also after it's adopted, managing Copilot. So I'm going to jump up here. A good place to look is our interactive scenario library. This is where we go to when we really looking for use cases, scenarios that we want to see, conversations, dealing with first functions, scenarios, and then we have also industry-specific scenarios. So if I dive deeper into some of the financial scenarios, you can see how we break this out into different areas. We talk about the scenario itself, the steps, employee productivity. And we see in here a flow, the day in the life, using insurance for enhanced agent employee productivity, where it shows the Copilot outlook, how then you can pull into an AI agent that has a connection to CRM solution. Copilot used in Words, Copilot in Teams, PowerPoint, and chat. And on the left side is we document the KPIs and value benefits. These are great slides. We understand that every customer is not going to look like this, so it's a great template to use to have these type of conversations with your leadership.
We're here from Microsoft Services to talk about how to make AI frontier real for our customers. We've got an end-to-end journey that we can take the customers through and simplify the entire journey. And Alessio is one of our great consultants.
Yeah, thank you, Jane. I think where we really stand in the big Microsoft organization, which is big, we've got a lot of teams, organizations, etc. We deliver on what we produce as an organization. So we have an excellent and always evolving technology, AI, frontier firm, and all the rest of it. And together with ISD and Unify, what we do is bring our expertise, our connections with the product group. We know about the technology, and we make it happen for our customers.
Yeah, we make the frontier firm real.
Hello everyone, this is Kenneth Perry, and I'm here at the Microsoft AI Tour. Really excited to be here. The energy is in the air, people are everywhere. But right now we're showcasing Copilot Plus PCs at the device bar. And we have these wonderful devices in front of me that I'm going to show what's possible. So when you talk about Copilot Plus PCs, that's the smartest, most intelligent devices on the planet, right? And when we look at our Surface devices, we have several devices right here with our Surface Pro, with the Kensington elevated stand and the ProFlex keyboard. And right now I'm demoing on the Surface Laptop 5G, which has a dynamic antennas on the device, and one of our latest Copilot Plus PCs. So I'm going to show a demo quickly on some of the features that's on a Copilot Plus PC, like click to do. For instance, so say you have a PDF file that you open, and there's a lot of information there. You're in an airplane or something along those lines. You have this table right here, but you need to summarize or analyze this particular PDF or this particular table. What I can do is swipe over here and then highlight the information that's there. And then what happens is you get this drop-down menu. Now I can ask Microsoft 365 Copilot and go to the cloud, or I can go on device and summarize, create a bulleted list, or rewrite. I want a summarization right here because I need to know what's in this table, right? So it's going to provide me with that information. So it lets me know that Microsoft 365 Copilot and Gen AI devices has productive games and showcases what's possible here. So just quickly I can copy that and then paste it wherever I want. And so from a visual standpoint or a image standpoint, I can type in Big Ben since we're in London, England. So I can type in Big Ben, select the image, and let's go back here. Let's go to images, and then I'm going to select the image here, view image, and then swipe over like this, touch what I want, and then remove background and paint, and then I can copy that, and then go to a PowerPoint presentation, open it, select new presentation, touch and hold is equivalent to a right click, and then paste, and then now it will design the PowerPoint for me, and maybe this is my title slide right here. So there's some of the features with Copilot Plus PCs that changes the games, allows people to be productive, creative, and agile, and also increase business outcomes. And so thank you for your time. I really appreciate you.
My name is Yusuf. This is the Copilot PC. So today I'll be showing you guys many powers and benefits Copilot holds. So pretty similar to ChatGPT, you can give specific prompts. For example, I asked for a prompt regarding the Premier League and stats regarding the 5 champions and statistics and managers. And it tended to make me a PowerPoint. Just 1 second, bear with me. Made me a PowerPoint on the Premier League. So as we can see here, and as per evaluation, it's given pretty accurate responses. So I asked for the last 5 champions, statistics, managers, and season insights. And as you can see, pretty accurate. Obviously, some of the images are formulated, but pretty similar, as we've seen. So the logo is pretty similar. Pictures are obviously AI generated, as is Copilot. However, very accurate information, as we can see. Liverpool's triumph, Manchester City's dominance, relentless things. So yeah, year-by-year highlights. It's caught key trends also, point requirements. Obviously, recently we've seen a downturn on it, but based on the specific years I've asked for, it's given pretty accurate information. It's also done multiple slides on it, and likewise, you could really try this with any other prompts, and you could ask a simple prompt. For example, give me a topic of interest, you'd say. Predictability on who would win the Premier League this year. So you could say, who would you say is most likely to win the Premier League this season between Arsenal and Manchester City? So between those two, Arsenal and Man City, they're the 4 front runners right now. So it would be a good question to ask AI. And obviously, Copilot generating information right now as we wait. As you can see, it's collecting relevant data and information, evaluating, searching. So yeah, so saying based on the current table and betting market, Arsenal are more likely than Manchester City to win the Premier League season. So from what I know, Arsenal are in the lead. The gap has narrowed down, but looking at this is very, very accurate, to be honest. It also states that where things stand right now, the Arsenal are on top with 61 points in 28 games, and that Man City are second with 56. So based on AI, it has given an accurate response, given Arsenal are already first.
I'm Caris Jamieson at Microsoft, and welcome to Windows 365. Windows 365 is a cloud PC, software as a service solution, really easy to manage in Intune. We also have Windows 365 Link, which is an easy way to access your cloud PC. We'd love for you to get a trial of it. This is our Link device. Easy way to access your PC in the cloud. Windows 365 Cloud PC, software as a service, really easy.
Hi, my name's Simran, or Simi, and I work for Microsoft, and I have done for the last 7 years. And I'm here at Microsoft's AI Tour to talk about accessibility. Now, you may know a lot about accessibility in our software products, but do you know about our hardware products? Did you know if you have a 3D printer, you can actually print your own accessibility accessory? But take a look at our accessibility tools right here, where you can have all sorts of accessible content. You can, like I said, create from your own home. And you've got lots of adaptive accessories and accessible by design. Whether it's gaming, whether it's productivity, you name it, we got it. And there you go. You can even make your own. Thank you.